Hey everybody, happy Friday. We made it one more week until Christmas vacation. Today, you are first and foremost, you're going to go in and you are going to complete for your warm-up the Trojan Horse Quiz. It is in Schoology in assessment form. Okay, now that you have completed the quiz, we are going to read Hermes and Apollo's Cows, and then you will be doing a character motivation activity. Hermes was the son of Zeus and Maia, a wood nymph. He was born in a cave in Arcadia on Mount Silene, and as soon as he was born, he wanted to get up to mischief. His anxiety to find something to do, rather than just lie around in his cot, provoked him to get up and explore the world. At this time, Hermes was probably only a few hours old. As he walked out of the cave into the bright spring air, his first encounter was with a tortoise. Gazing at the beautiful shell, Hermes decided that there was far better things he could do with it than just look at it. Killing the poor tortoise, he proceeded to remove the shell, stretch some cowhide across it, and plaited some grass to make the strings. Maia never scolded him for killing the animal because he played the lyre so well. Eventually, Hermes got bored with the lyre, threw it into his cot, and went in search of something else to amuse him. By now, he was feeling hungry, and he came across a field of cattle belonging to his brother Apollo. The cattle were guarded by two watchdogs, so Hermes dragged the dogs and led the cattle backwards out of the field, so that their footprints were pointing in the opposite direction to the way that he was leading them. He dragged them by their tails all the way to a cave at Pylos, disguising his own footprints by making a pair of grass sandals, so that he left no trace behind. He killed 2 of the cattle to cook, divided them up into 12 portions to make a sacrifice of each of the gods, and kept a bit for himself. After he had devoured his sacrificial supper, Hermes wandered back, turned into a wisp of cloud, and entered his home through the keyhole. He climbed into his cot and cuddled his tortoise-shell lyre under his arm as if it were a soft toy. But it wasn't long before Apollo found out that Hermes had stolen his cattle. On his way home, in his usual boastful fashion, Hermes had told an old man that he had robbed his brother of his herd. Unfortunately for Hermes, this old man was none other than Batis, the god of gossip. Apollo arrived at the cave and confronted the sleeping Hermes, who protested his innocence from the safety of his cradle. "Do I look like a cattle thief? I'm only 2 days old and all I want is sleep and milk. Newborn babies don't steal cows. My feet are too soft to run, and I don't even know what a cow looks like yet." But Apollo was not convinced by Hermes' lies. "You're a deceiver and you speak like a thief. You better come with me to see Zeus our father. It will be for him to decide your fate." So Apollo snatched Hermes out of the cot and dragged him kicking and screaming to Zeus. Hermes cursed every cow in the world and behaved like the brat he was. But when Zeus saw them together, he was charmed by Hermes' naivete and couldn't believe that he had stolen anything. Apollo pleaded his case, but Hermes just carried on telling his lies until Zeus, who was finding the whole thing highly amusing, ordered the brothers to be friends and to make up. Hermes agreed to take Apollo to where the cattle were hidden, and when they arrived, Hermes began to play his magical lyre. Apollo was enchanted by the music of the lyre and asked Hermes if he would share its secret. Hermes agreed only if he were to have a share of Apollo's cattle, so the bargain was struck, and Apollo and Hermes became close friends. It was, in fact, Apollo who taught Hermes how to tell the future by reading the patterns that ripples made on water. Okay, so we just reread the myth, and you should be familiar with it because we read it yesterday. And you will definitely be familiar with this activity because it is a repeat of the activity we did on Wednesday, except with a different story. So you're going to go into Schoology, and you're going to complete the assignment titled Myth Characterization Hermes. Use the resources in the assessment to help you answer the questions. Take your time working on it because, take your time because it doesn't benefit you to rush through anything. You're not learning that way, and the goal is for you to learn. Okay, if you have questions, talk with me or Mrs. Garcia, and we hope you have an outstanding weekend.